My friend, you have made a terrible, terrible demise. But, I don't feel too bad about it. After all, if it weren't for me, it would have been from someone else, I guess what I'm trying to say is life goes on. Well, for everyone else, life goes on, and not for you, you're dead. That's neither here nor there. It reminds me of one summer day at the park. I was having just a delightful picnic with my good friend Orville. And I said to him, Orville, I have a story. And he said to me, what's the significance of the story? And I said to him, Orville, not every story has to have significance, Sometimes, sometimes a story is just a story. You try to read into every little thing and find meaning in everything anyone says, you'll just drive yourself crazy. I had a friend do it once. It wasn't pretty. We talked about it for years. Not only that, but you likely end up believing something you shouldn't believe, thinking something you shouldn't think, or you're assuming something you shouldn't assume, Sometimes, I said, a story is just a story. So just be quiet for 1 second and finish your sandwich, okay? Of course, it was only then I realized I made sandwiches. Poor Ivor was having such difficulty eating it. Elephants have those clumsy hands, Actually, I suppose it's the problem. They don't have hands at all, do they? They're all feet. And I couldn't imagine someone asking me to eat a sandwich with my feet. Now, if I recall correctly, there was a bakery nearby. I said to him, Orville, let me go get you some rye bread. Now, I'm unsure if elephants enjoy rye bread, but I assure you that Orville does. Now, this was on a Tuesday, which was good because rye bread was fresh on Tuesday. And then we saw do bread on Monday and do it on Wednesday, or rather they sold a discount for people who wanted to feed ducks, and probably they finally threw it all out. I don't recall. I do remember a man who would bring his son to the bakery every Wednesday and go feed the ducks. He would buy all the sourdough bread. Of course, they're not supposed to feed ducks sourdough bread at all. It swells up in their stomach and then they'll die. At least that's what I heard. I never saw any ducks die myself, but I did notice a substantial decrease in duck population in the course of a few years. I just never thought to stop the man that he was still killing ducks by feeding them sourdough bread. And from my opinion on the matter, I told Orville this as well. If you want to feed the ducks or birds or any kind for the matter, it's best to just buy seed. When you think about it, birds of any sort don't occur in nature. They don't grow on trees or spring up from the bushes. I don't think birds know what to do with the bread. Was I saying? Oh, yes. So I brought over some of my bread. What a fine day it was. Well, seems as your journey has ended. Very sorry about that. It was always going to end this way, of course. If it weren't by me, it would have been some other, terrible thing. Just, you could not imagine how terrible it would be. Just, I got scared thinking about it. Glad it's not me. Reminds me of a time I was speaking to my good friend Orville. We were sitting on the park bench watching the pigeons. I was on the left, he was on the... Wait, was I on the right or left? Anyway, it doesn't matter. We were sitting there watching the pigeons. And I said to Orville, friend, those birds are frozen. He kind of looked at me like I lost my mind. I reminded him that it was winter, and often the birds will sit in a tree until they freeze. They sort of fall into the ground until the sun warms up and they can, move around again. So I said to Orville, you might as well save those breadcrumbs until the birds are, because if they can't very well enjoy them in the condition they're in. To which he asked what I meant, and asking what condition the crumbs should be in before he threw them to the birds, assuming I had meant the birds couldn't enjoy the breadcrumbs in the condition the crumbs were in. In fact, I meant the birds cannot enjoy the condition the birds were in, considering the birds were frozen. So he took a moment and threw his last handful on the ground. And I said to him, Orville, did you why you throw those breadcrumbs to the birds when I told you they were frozen? To which he responded, the breadcrumbs are not frozen. Again, misunderstanding my words. I didn't mean to say the breadcrumbs are frozen. I told you the frozen. I have been referring to the birds. You know, in hindsight, what I should have said was, and this would make perfect sense, why did you throw the breadcrumbs to the birds when the birds were frozen? He misunderstood part of my correction, saying that, what else to do with the breadcrumbs, and perhaps, when the birds died, they'd still be able to eat the crumbs. So I said to Orville, this is what I said to them, I said, Orville, the birds may be dead. It seems you have met a horrible demise, my friend. But, these things happen in life. Life goes on. Not for you, obviously, you're dead. But, reminds me of a time I was having a conversation with my friend Orville. We were by the river. We were sitting by the river and watching the fish leap over the falls. So I said to Orville, sometimes I feel like a fish leaping over and over again, always trying to get somewhere. Though I don't know where, only to find myself in the jaws of a beast. He, of course, looked at me, surprised, Have you been in the jaws of a beast, my friend? To which I said, no, of course not, Orville. I said, no. I simply meant that life can seem like an endless endeavor. Overcome meaningless obstacles, only to meet an equally meaningless fate, regardless of your efforts, regardless of the obstacles you passed. And Orville stood and proceeded to drape me with a picnic cloth, to which I asked him, I said, friend, what are you doing? He looked at me very concerned, Haley. I feel like you've gotten too much sun. Indeed I had. He proceeded to pour me a glass of just ice-cold lemonade. Ooh, ever mixed that with iced tea? So, like, a little half lemonade, half... Oh, so you should try something. We can't because he's dead, but... Anyways, so you'd be asking yourself, how did I get from singing for the falls drinking lemonade to being wedged in the air duct? Not only with Orville, but his entire assortment of fruit-colored friends. Well, there's no good answer to that, but perhaps I met the demise of my own at some point. This is my afterlife or my dream. However it might be, I honestly don't know. Roy, maybe it doesn't mean anything at all. Maybe it doesn't mean anything at all. Seems that you've met your end. Oh, what a pity. I don't feel a bit too bad about it, though. After all, if it weren't me, it would have just been one of the others, I guess. Honestly, glad to be out of those air ducts. It's not easy for a hippopotamus to fit up there. And not easy to get down either. And not as young as I used to be, as you can see. Used to be able to do all sorts of things. You're young and you're vibrant. You have that sort of pep in your step. Reminds me of a conversation I was having with one of my good friends, Orville. We were having a nice picnic one day, and we believe it was a summer. No, perhaps it was fall. Yes, it was the fall, because the leaves had turned already. But I said to Orville, Orville, I have a story to tell you. Orville looked at me kind of odd and said, what's it about? I said to him, every story has to be about something, Orville. Sometimes a person just wants to talk. Why does everything have to be a story? Oh, I said to him. He looked at me and said, well, you said you had a story. It was quite right. I did, in fact. I told him I had a story. I suppose if a person wants to talk, it's best not to announce that you're telling a story. So the story does come with its own pleasures and expectations. I suppose, after all, if you're just talking to a friend, no more expectations than if you talking to in the wind. Words by themselves are unexpected to carry, unexpected to stick. If you announce to telling a story, well then there better be a point to it all. No, one wants to listen to someone ramble on and on with absolutely no end in sight. So, it's good to be mindful that when you tell someone that you're about to tell a story, that you have something to say. Telling someone that you're going to tell them a story is turning them on to asking them to stop what they're doing and to pay attention. You're basically saying, hey, buddy, stop everything, stop what you're digging and have a solution to everything. And well, I didn't really have a story to tell. In hindsight, probably it's just best spoke when I said I had a story. I think it would just be better to tell over that I wanted to tell him something rather than I tell him a story. But even then, my head put too much importance to the whole thing. Either way, it was quite a nice day. I remember that we were drinking tea.